And here we are. This is a 1983 Cb1000c, 10 speed. Make it into a bobber. I watched the guys on the Goldwing side of it there doing a single carburetor conversion. I think they were using Weber's and Volkswagen carburetors. Anyway, what I did with this one was I used a 190 CFM 2-barrel off of a 221 cubic inch Ford Windsor engine from 1963. And it has two jets. That's it, two jets in it. The idle jets are fed down through the main jets. And it has annular boosters. So they're all the big craze now on the engines with large camshafts. They're when they use their dog leg or drop down boosters or whatever it is, it's hard to pick up the signal because of the lack of vacuum. But the annular boosters have 8, 10, 12 little tiny holes, and they react very quickly to a signal. So a lot of the guys with the Hollies are getting the annular boosters on the front barrel side of it, and their low end torque is increased dramatically because of the switch in the boosters. That was a Ford only thing right up until the carburetor stopped being used, and I think Holly then grabbed onto it. But yeah, this actually was built by Holly, 1957 design. This particular carburetor uses Holly jets, and it has a power valve. Okay, what I did was, in this engine there, if you heard of 360 British twins and 180 twins, it's a crankshaft rotation thing. And what I did was I hooked 1 and 4 together. There's 4, 1 on the other. There's 4, 1 on the other side. And I turned the carburetor sideways. So you have 1 barrel feeding 1 and 4 because their pulses are 360 degrees apart. So the pulses are favorable with each other. And then in here you have 2 and 3. And the front barrel here is feeding 2 and 3. So they're 360 degrees apart. So it's favorable. There's kits out there that, the whole Goldwing uses 2 coils also, and runs fine on a manifold with the 4 drawn from within the 1. But this one here, I have the plenum divided into 2. So 1 and 4 are feeding from 1 barrel and do not get anything from the other barrel. So I've cut the pulses in half, but I doubled the strength of the draw. So when 1 or 4 are drawing, they're not drawing on 2 barrels, they're drawing on 1. So they'll have a significant good draw. This came with a 48 jet, and I went at 44, and I had a hesitation, and I went to 40, and the hesitation was way worse, so I put a 46 in, and it's almost gone. Now the other thing I've done is the oil cooler lines. I'm running oil cooler lines to the bottom of the plenum, and I'm heating the bottom. These will get to the point where you can almost touch, I can't touch it, and then the thing seems to work fine. There's a little tiny hesitation off of idle, but it's nothing for me to even really think about. Yeah, I'm leaking a little bit of oil here, but these lines are temporary. There's the oil cooler. I'm going to use AN fittings. This engine has a stacked oil pumps. There's 2 oil pumps. There's 1 for the engine, and then there's 1 for the cooler. So I'm going to run the lines come up through here, and then I'm going to heat the plenum, and then I'm going to go back, and I've got a larger oil cooler, a 7. I think it's a 7-fin oil cooler, and it's going to go on the back here. And the thing is I will have it upside down for the fact that if it holds 3/4 of a quart of oil, then the whole engine holds more oil, and then there's more for cooling. So that's my thoughts. This here is about the third attempt. I'm a big guy and I didn't fit on this bike, so I did one with pipes coming out the side and going down to the engine, and that was so-so. It worked, it ran, but it looked ugly. And I did a second run. The carburetor was more back towards where the seat is, and it ran good, but I didn't fit on it. So anyway, this is the third way, and it was a crunch for space here.